back to the Valley, the old farm, and me playing on console. So I've opened up the field, so I've done a headland and squared it off because I want to try a workaround, because we only have base game workers on here. So I thought that would be kind of interesting. And then while the base game worker is harvesting the rest of this field, I'm going to head over to the store, get another tractor and a baler so that we can start baling some straw, because I have noticed that we have the garden that we drove past is a production that can do tomatoes, strawberries, lettuce, red lettuce, or melons. So, and we need some straw to run that. So I don't want to have a go at using that because it's another thing that we can try. Gonna, because I'm a data nerd and play on PC, I'm going to download the map on PC and have a look at how the production works and see which one's the best one to run. I know, but I can't help myself. So I'm going to set the worker off, and then I can hit the touchpad thing and go to the store. So there are a couple of things I want to get at the store. In the sales, we've got the Massey baler. And this is going to be really useful for doing so. Actually, we've got an auto load trailer there as well. Not going to get that yet because that's for HD burst. We're not doing those, but I'm going to buy this because it's on sale. So, it took a while to load. So I'm going to get it with the Bale end turner on because I just prefer it that way. And I find it really hard to see what we've got selected. I'm just going to buy it. That's just easier. Okay, so we've got that. I want to get the actual baler that I want for the straw, which is a square baler, which is the one you saw me download. So the John Deere square baler, they're both the same, but we'll go for that one. We'll have to think about slot count eventually, don't I? It's interesting. So we've got loads left at the moment, so that's okay. And then I'm going to buy a tractor, and it's a tractor that we're going to be able to put a front loader on. So it's essentially an edited version of the brewer. So go all the way over here, and I've really liked the look of this tractor since it was released, for a number of reasons. Control is really counterintuitive as well. I always thought the brewer looked quite nice anyway, and this kind of soups it up a lot. It's got a 50k gearbox. We eventually can go up to 250 horsepower, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to go for 175 for now. I'm going to be using it for bale stacking, so I'm not sure I want jewels on it particularly. So I think we're going to go for wides. I am going to get a front loader attacher. We'll go for quickie. Color. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do color. How do I select triangle? Okay. Matte black. Oh. No, I'm going to get a chrome tractor. I actually like the idea of matte black. I need to do triangle again and matte black. There we go. And then rim color. We are going to go polished aluminum. Yeah. You can take the boy out of Essex. Well, I'm back in Essex, but you know what I mean. So we're going to buy that because I think it's kind of fun. We need a quickie front loader. And I'm guessing the 5 will be big enough. Do we have onyx black? Actually, let's get a coloured loader. I know. Yes. And then we are going to need bale spike of some sort. I might download another bale spike, I think. So that's only 30% full and it's going quite well. So here we go. New tractor. Looks very cool. Right, I'm still on automatic direction change. Because that's not going to fit on that. That seems like a bit of a limitation. And the exhaust is in the way. That could be that I just need to be a better driver. Or it's not going to fit. Well, let's try buying a bigger one. So if we go into the store and sell that one, so that was a 5M. I'm losing a bit of cash there, annoyingly. Front loaders, so we'll go for the 6M. We'll change the main color to red again, and we will buy that and see if that's going to work. That looks like it might reach over the top now. Yep. There we go. So. Okay. Cool. That might take a bit of getting used to. I might end up inverting those controls. But I will see you back on. Yo. So some time has passed. In fact, about a day in the real world. I went off and did some stuff with Cartech and didn't do any more. So we will now progress. So the Bale is unfolded. We will lower the pickup. We will turn it on. I've already set it to 240 centimeter bales. I did that on the drive over. We will enable cruise control and off we go. So first time baling on a station. It's like baling on a real platform, but you know. So there goes the steering though. Might need to try and turn down the steering sensitivity. I don't know if I can do that. The first video has now released and is doing incredibly well, which is kind of surprising. People seem to want to watch me struggle playing on console. I guess that there is that whole element that people do enjoy watching people suffer playing games. And I quite enjoy seeing it in, watching others when they're having a hard time. It's sometimes quite enjoyable as a viewer. So, I'm not going to complain. I have, before I started baling, I emptied the combine. It was full, so the worker is actually doing a really good job with that, which, I always hear people complaining about farm sim base game workers, and I always use Courseplay. No, not always. 90% of the time, I would say I use Courseplay or Auto Drive to do my kind of worker jobs. But I think the thing that you have to remember with workers on, the base game workers is you have to give them jobs that they're capable of doing. And I think if I'd just hit go in the field that it's combining now, it would have really struggled and it would have been a mess. But because I squared the field off first, so it basically had a rectangle to harvest, it's been fine. And that's, the base game workers are quite basic. You give them they will only, obviously they work in field areas they can detect, and ideally you want to give them a fairly square field. So this field would probably be okay. It would probably do most of this field just fine, but something more complex, it struggles or it'll miss bits. It's just how it is. And you know, if there are ditches around the field, depending on how the map maker has set those up, the worker won't see them and it will drive into them. And that's not the fault of the worker or anything else. It's just a limitation of how the game works. I play on Taxel Farms, which has a really cool feature around the fields of earthwork berms to raise the field boundary up. The workers don't always see those properly, and even with courseplay they don't, and so things happen. But you know, it's a compromise that you accept for the fact that it's a really, you know, they're really cool features. If you want to be on a map where workers will work perfectly, play a Giants map, or you know, I guess Big Flats Texas is very base game worker friendly. You could quite easily use a base game worker on there because it's mostly big flat square fields. So yeah, for those of you that are curious about that series, because I have had a couple of questions, it's kind of on a long-ish term pause. I have an idea for it, but at the moment it just doesn't fit, particularly now I've started doing this. Yeah, it was something that I was really enjoying playing, so I do want to go back to it, but not for a little while. And I think it's something that I could just go back to, so I don't think it's particularly something that's going to suffer with age. I didn't pick the map because it was new. That was interesting. I just completely lost picture for a moment. I had a bit of fun actually getting everything working with the setup that I have for being able to capture the PlayStation. So it could be that the capture card is very hot. So it could be that, because stupidly I didn't unplug it when I wasn't using it. So, and I was more, well, in the reviews I read it did say it gets very hot. So our first Bale, I think it might be. I'll probably have to keep this session fairly short. So in fact, I actually believe that Mr. Kartek is ready to carry on with our multiplayer series. So I will be back to this job at some point soon. Ended up having another fairly long break, like a day and a half, something like that. Just how things are working out with getting this done. So the PlayStation's set up in my spare room / home office, and so when it's the weekend generally I won't be in here that much, but I am today because just been out with Mrs. D, and she's now recovering from that with the issues she has with her chronic fatigue. So I'm taking the advantage of that time to see if I can finish off making this second video. We will see. So what I'm thinking, again, in the interests of trying everything but trying to progress things, I'm going to finish baling this field. The combine's about half full, and I think we've got most of that field over there harvested now. I'm going to take this tractor up to the store. We'll get the bale trailer and a bale spike, and we will come back and we will try and stack some bales. So I'm okay at manual bale stacking on PC. Probably, you know, I do it fairly unconventionally in that I generally use keyboard. I really like the keyboard controls for front loaders, so this is going to be an experience. This could go horribly wrong, but that's all part of the journey. So we'll see how things go. We will see how things go, and then maybe next video we'll finish baling the other field and get those stacked as well. Plus side is we do have a bale store on here, so I only need to stack them on the trailer, and then we can unload the trailer into the Bale store. At least that's my plan. So we want to turn off Baler. We want to unload Baler. There we go. And we are going to detach Baler here and head off to the store. So I'm curious to see if this tractor will now change gear. It would, yes, it has. It would not change up into high range on the way over with the Baler on the back. So it'll be interesting to see if it will do it with a Bale trailer on the back. So yeah, let's get up to the store and get some more stuff brought. Ooh, saved it. Just coming into the village and trying to remember where the store is. I can see it. It looks like we have something we have left there. I did have a suggestion from one of the patrons on how to do the direction switching, so we're going to have a look at that in a minute, see if that works. Combine is full, that's fine, we'll deal with that in a moment. Oh, we have the other Baler that we brought, so it's okay, we're going to leave that here still for now. So let's do that first. I think is that, there we go. So I think manual direction changes in this one, yep. So if we go to manual, back, and then he thought it was one of the bumper buttons, and then left 3, right 3, which doesn't appear to be. So, and I guess I can just try all of the, it's not that one. That's, put one of those, put hazard on, there we go. Nope. That's cruise control. That's cruise control speed. Don't want to toggle the radio. That does the cruise control speed. That does nothing. No. So none of those seem to have worked. So I'm going to go back to automatic gear change direction, and then we're going to head into the store. Go to, I think it'll be under Bale loaders. We're going to get one of Ursin Rainer's trailers, which I've not used yet. We don't have that many Bales. The other field's going to have more, so maybe we go for this one. And I'm going to configure it as a universal, because that will give us something to put the bales against. That seems like a good idea to me. Let's buy that for 11,000. I have not installed any more bale spikes yet, so we will be... Got the Bale, actually the Bale King is very good. Think I might grab that. I'm wondering if we might need a weight as well. Put on the back. 1,500, that feels about right. Okay. Let's try and hook all of this up. I'm kind of hoping that the trailer will hook up to the weight. I think it should, so that should be okay. And we'll get this all back to the farm and we'll see if we can stack some bales. Would have changed the colours of the Bale King. Oh well. And then, oh, we can just do that. Magic. But it is left and then right stick. And then how do we operate it? Guessing right one. Okay. Could be fun. That's it. I typically use keyboard buttons for doing my bale stacking on PC, so this is going to be a bit of a change. But just coming into the farm, I'm going to go unload the combine first because it has been sat waiting the whole time we were doing this. And then we'll see if we can get some bales stacked. I think this is a really cool trailer. So the idea is that this is an old lorry trailer, which is why it's so cheap. That's had a dolly attached and then the kind of railings around it, which, yeah, it works really well, hopefully. We will see. I don't think we have that many bales to stack. 3. Okay. Okay, that may not take too long. So let's jump into here. How did the combine... Oh, not great. So we want to dismiss the worker. Spin. And gosh, it might be easier to take the combine to the tractor in this situation. Do that, get it emptied, and then hopefully they should finish this off. I'm kind of thinking that I might want to windrow this straw rather than baling it as is. So that might be next time. We try some windrowing, get the rest of this straw baled. I might actually do that in the end of this video. We'll see. See how we're looking for time. Yeah. No, wrong button. Check the sales. We could have got a still the HD one. So if I wanted a windrower that was a decent width, we could probably go that one, 9 meters. It's going to pick up several. Let's go back. The working width of our header is like 4 meters. That would pick up 2 swaths. Lower header, pipe in. Yeah, so it would pick up 2 swaths, which is not going to make it quicker because we still need to do 2 passes over everything. So we want something wider than that. We actually want something that's at least 12 meters. So otherwise we're doing the same amount of work essentially, which is not sensible. So right, bear with me here, folks. Things may get a bit quiet as I concentrate. So we need to level that off. I've yet to adjust any of the sensitivities, so that could be an issue. But here we go. I actually wonder if this might be easier in cab, which sounds kind of crazy. Just for getting lined up. Right, so left one, right stick. Into the bale, tip it back, lift it up a little bit, and then what I like to do is use the bale that we have on the forks to straighten up this one. There we go, back up a little bit, right one, back, on, drop it down, tip it forwards, reverse off, drop it down, drive forwards, tip it back, pick it up, off we go. And then we could do that one and that to grab hold of those 2 bales. See if we can pick 3 up. Would be quite good if we can. I do like this tractor. So it's essentially a more powerful brewer with a front loader, which is kind of a cool combination. That's not so great. So let's undo that. Yeah, it's kind of completely glitched through the loader. Let's do, how do I change tool? Next tool. Here we go. Okay. That's kind of bad. Sometimes dropping it will reset the bale. It's gone right through the fork. Can fold this one. Fold front loader tool. Does that make a difference? Let's see if we can knock it off now. Nope. So I saved the game. I quit. I reloaded, which takes forever. And this is what I've come back to. So I don't know if they're separate at this point. They appear to be. So if we can attach to the bale spike somehow, we might be in luck. I'm not sure how we're going to attach to it, so this could be interesting. Push those out of the way if we can. Yeah, you know, this is an area where super strength would really help. You know? Super strength would be really good about now. I don't know if I'm going to have to try and stand it up. I'm having so many flashbacks to when I started playing FS19 before I knew about mods and things like super strength. And I would be trying to do things like this. So, oh well. See if we can separate the, because it looks like the bale is actually still buried in. No, the bale is now separate. So let's move that away. It's still so not intuitive using the controller and the controls, but I guess I haven't actually been using them that long, so let's do that. Aha! That'll work. That'll do. That'll do. I now drive forwards. Attach. Tip up. Lift up. Unfold tool. Let's see if we can stack some bales. Let's sort these two out actually, and then we'll come over and grab that one. So I think I'm going to have a look for another windrower, because I've checked how long I've been going for in the various sessions, and it's probably long enough, I think. So we'll get these on the trailer, which could take me another 20 minutes. Who knows? we will call it a day and I will declare victory. It's 2 stacked. How is it so hard to stack 3 straw bales? There's going to be so many coming off that field, it's not going to be fun. I think I need to spend some time, I think, setting up the controls on here, because some of them, although they make sense, I think I probably need to look at inverting, like the front loader control. Pulling down to lift up sort of makes sense. In terms of if I was sitting in a cab, I'm pretty sure the one time I drove a digger, that's how it worked. But it doesn't feel right, so I might look at altering that, or I just need to get used to it. No, I want to pull those right back so that I can get into the bales, tip back, lift up. There we go. Let's see if we can get them on the trailer. Definitely did need the rear weight. I want to try and use something from this for a thumbnail, so it makes sense to not have the map showing, and I really don't need it. Back up. Let's tip those back as far as they will go. Let's slowly lift up. Go forwards. There we go. Brake. Forwards. Brake. Put them forwards again. Push them in to... Oh, geez. Lift them up. There we go. Get them in the corner. Lower down. Back up. Victory. Which key is it to strap? There we go. Haha. Success. Kinda. How are we looking? That fill up again, or did I lose some progress? I'm not sure. We'll see. I think we'll maybe just finish up the episode by getting this finished, and I think I'll do that by me maybe doing some karting for the combine. So I've done a fair bit in this combine, but it would be nice to spend a little bit of time in the field, and actually the trailer looks very full. That would be because it is full. So let's go tip this, and then we will finish off this field. So let's go in cab. This is wow, that's a very zoomed in cab view. I do like this tractor quite a lot. So the exit's here. There we go. Quite a bumpy track as well, which is going to be quite interesting in cab. Try not to get stuck on anything. Too bumpy for in cab. And quite steep, it would seem. Quite steep. But yeah, I do like this. So this is the Fiat Agri that released really recently. I think it's by Edo Modding. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's a very nice bit of kit. The only thing I wish is that it had a front loader option, because then I would be using it on my other save that has one of these Fiats, but it has it as a loader tractor, and I don't want to lose the front loader on there, so I'm going to stick with the other one for that. I think that's a Pepe 78 tractor. Again, very nice tractor. Very nice tractor. This one seems to have slightly better gearing. from what I remember. We'll see how it behaves when it gets to doing field work and things. So bring up the map and not those buttons. So if the map would update, because that doesn't look like a ploughing map to me. There we go. So we do need to plough one of our fields. So that's going to be fun. I do enjoy ploughing on PC, so we'll see how it goes on console. We can also get the garden going. I need to look at the details of that as to which one is the best for making us some cash. We still have a fair bit in the bank, but it is going down, and every time we do something new, we're going to need to buy a new kit. So it's going to be dropping fairly consistently. You know, next video we're going to need a windrower, and then probably a water tank so that we can get the that garden going. I think as well, probably we'll skip ahead then to September. I need to work out what I want to plant, but I would like the grass to grow a bit so we can start making some feed, because we do have a cow shed. So need to make some silage and hay, and it's quite a small field. So it might be that we need to wait until spring, but probably once, if that's the case, and if we're not going to be planting anything, I will probably just skip ahead the time to be able to do that. So I think base game grass keeps growing until the end of November. So again, it's something that I can check by switching to PC and having a look. So might be that we skip September completely, so that the grass is more grown in. I can actually probably want to check fertilization states and maybe have a look at improving that for the grass so that we do get a really good yield, or the best yield we can get. It might not be a really good yield, but it'll be some sort of yield. So let's hit the work on there. This, I'm going to stop the engine and then we'll jump in the Fiat. So actually we can have a look while we're waiting. If we go, no, that button. So it needs ploughing. How do I switch off the filters? So, and we wait. Actually, I can see it's only got one fertilization state, so that's okay. None of them need liming, which is cool. We think next time we aim to fertilize the grass and get this straw rowed up and baled, but I want a at least 12-meter windrower so that our tractor can run. Importantly, we have decent horsepower actually on both of them, so that's probably not an issue. But yeah, it would be good. It would be good. So we'll get a little bit of grain out of here. So that's pretty empty. So let's jump back into the store. And windrowers. So the Merge Max is very expensive and not wide enough. So maybe the Coon, which is very expensive, or the Class, which is also very expensive. We can run both of them, but it depends if there's a cheaper modded one. So I guess if you know of a cheaper modded one that's on all platforms, because that's important, then that would be cool. If not, actually, I guess we could just lease it. That would be an easy option as well, rather than worrying about buying it at the moment. Although we will need a windrower for doing hay. But my thought there is that the grass field is pretty small. In fact, you can see it there. I'm not sure. I can't remember what I came in here to look at. Growth. But I guess I need to enable grass and then go across to growth. And then wait. Yeah, so it's got 2 more growth states to do, so probably September, October we would be looking to cut grass. And then if we go down here, we've got 2 fields to plant, so probably again in September or October we'd be looking at planting some wheat or barley. And then I think we plant some, I'm going to say potatoes, so that we can experience doing a root crop on here, which I might massively regret, but we'll do the smaller field and we'll use a pull behind, and we'll do this field as a big field of maybe oats actually rather than barley or wheat. And if we did oats, we could plant those. In fact, we do plant those in the spring. So that would mean we would do all our planting in the spring. So over the winter, I could plough this big field and get some fur on it. I guess there's also the possibility that I could do a baling contract. Not like actually a baling contract. Why did I say like a baling contract? Yeah, we could maybe do a baling contract. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, actually, maybe we'll do that. We'll see if there is a silage baling contract with some reasonable kit. Let's jump. Sorry, I'm spending so much time in the menu. It's probably really annoying, but it's what I want to look at. So, you know, come on. If I went to contracts, there is a silage baling contract, but that kit's kind of sucky. We've got a big oat harvesting contract with an X9. You don't really need that. And some ploughing, you don't really need that. So it'd be nice if some more baling contracts cropped up. Wonder if I can jump in the combine and get that last row in a single pass. And then we'll see just what crops we got from the end of our harvest. Stop. Wrong button. Turn on harvester. Cruise control. There are certain buttons that I remember now. Cruise control, I remember. Dinko will be, by the time we've finished clearing this field, I think I will be familiar with the loader controls significantly more. Yeah, and the menus and stuff, I'm getting used to the menu system. Again, it feels very non-intuitive to me as a PC player. I think it's probably worse that in front of me I've got a keyboard and mouse to control the PC, and I can't actually do anything useful with them. Well, I can control the PC, but you know what I mean. So, yep, we'll get this done. I have switched around the order of the videos this week because I don't have certain videos ready, and this one now will be ready. So that's why this one's come out a bit earlier in the week than I had originally planned. Let's turn off the harvester. Actually, we can return the harvester because the harvester is leased. Next year we will lease a smaller harvester. Although we'll have only this field to combine, but yeah, we'll lease a small harvester, I think. I might look at actually buying some more fields rather than just the 3 that we have now. If I jump out of here and we go into the store menu, leasing and return. That's all that returned. Let's jump in here, go get this tipped, and we will see just how much we've got. I think we'll take a shortcut across the... Actually, we'll go around the field rather than going across the field. We have some standards here. we kind of don't, but you know. And I guess if I was manually stacking the bales, they could go in there, or if we had loads of kit, but we've got a bale store now, so I'm going to be making use of that. It would be kind of crazy not to, I think. Yeah, I think if we do silage of our own, I'm going to try out those pits because they look quite cool. And we will have done quite a bit of baling, so... And I remembered the button, although it did tell me, I remembered the button to tip. And I'm kind of finishing in exactly the same place as I finished the first video. But, you know, fields needed to be harvested this month. So that's a thing. Come on. Right, let's have a look in the menu. So we got 26,000 litres of wheat. So if we wait until January, that's going to get us about 30,000, I guess. And the oats is going to get us about 10,000. So it's not bad, actually. And yes, we've got a lot of money left in the bank. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying me struggling with console and all of the fun that that brings. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, suggestions, help down below. And thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And I will see you next time.